Hi, my name is James Ketteridge. I play Richard Gloucester.
My name is Polly Waldron. I play Lady Anne.
And today we'll be talking about William Shakespeare's Richard III, which will be out for you guys this fall.
I
go first.
Yeah, I was really excited because of the scene. The scene is it's a really good argument, which is quite exciting to play, and the whole play itself is very interesting. And I think I remember seeing Mark Rylance do it at the Globe for the first time, and it was the first time I'd ever seen him do it, and I sort of fell in love with him, fell in love with the play, and so yeah, very excited to give it a go myself.
Well, when I got that call from Harriet Lockhart saying to me that she wanted me to play Richard Gloucester in a filmed adaptation, I was very excited, over the moon, because it was a play that I've always read when I was at drama school, and playing one of Shakespeare's most famous villains was just an amazing feeling. So, Richard is a character that is very vicious, sly, vindictive, selfish. He's got a lot of anger towards people, which is one of the main reasons he goes down this darker path. His ultimate end goal is to become the new King of England, so he can gain control.
So Lady Anne is the wife of the king who Richard has just killed. So she's at this point a grieving widow. I like her ambition. I like the fact that as I was going through it, I sort of thought, why is she doing this? She has really mixed motives, and I couldn't quite get a hold of her and work out what she wanted. And then I worked out that actually, if you lose if you lose your husband and your husband is sort of going to be king, you're a bit stuffed because your whole livelihood is your partner at that stage, and I think so in that way I think I sort of admire her cleverness and the way she can kind of turn on a sixpence and make a different decision, even though she's ruthless. She's just as ruthless as Richard, and I like that.
My favourite character in the play, besides my own, has to be Lord Buckingham. I mean, what I like about Lord Buckingham is that he's a character that is very naive and too trusting, in the sense that he believes everything that Richard has said to him, that if you help me to become king, I will make you my right-hand man. And as we come to the end of the play, when Richard does become king, he ditches Lord Buckingham. And at this point, we can see a sense of guilt and regret from what Lord Buckingham has done, and he kind of blames himself for Richard's decisions now that he is king. And I like characters that have that sense of vulnerability, because I find that they're very interesting characters to play.
I would have to say probably Clarence, because he's just one of those people I find I just warm to him immediately, and the whole way through I'm sort of thinking, oh, if only he hadn't died, because he would have made a much better king. And I saw the film version with Nigel Hawthorne playing him, and the way he played him being taken to prison, and the sort of, he was so gentle about it, and I was just really on side for him, and then he dies, obviously, and it's very sad. But at the beginning, I'm kind of really rooting for him. Sort of making it, sort of embodying the text, but not. But so we used it. We sort of did it. We rehearsed it big. And we did it in the garden, we did it with full space, loads of, we could run, we could do this, we could run away from each other, and then it's sort of condensing all of that and all of that physical energy into just the words and the text. So in some ways, I think it's a great thing to do on screen, because the words are the main thing.
I think overall he's a villain. There's no denying that. However, you could argue the fact that maybe there might be some good in him as we come to Act 5, when he does have those hallucinations in all the things that he has done to get to where he is now. He has a sense of guilt and denial in what he has done. However, I do think he does say to himself, hang on, there's no point in me trying to redeem myself now because I've already done these terrible things. I might as well continue down this darker path. And he does have a clear path he wants to go down.
Yeah. And he's so bullied by his family. I just imagine him, if they treated him in his childhood the way they treat him now, of course he turned out like that. He's just completely ousted from his own family. So
yeah.
He's an outsider, and I think that's what happens, isn't it? They try to become an insider.
Ooh, Shakespeare's message.
Basically, try and keep out of the way of court, and it's to do with the ambition. It's probably the that old thing of winners write history. So the idea that he's writing for the Tudor monarchy, so he's slightly calling out Richard III as the evil genius who could have stolen the crown from the Tudors, but luckily the Tudors snatched it away at the last minute. So it's probably to do with that. But
well, I think what Shakespeare's message is with this play is that you can't physically force someone to like or respect you.
Yeah.
The thing about Richard is that he was so fixated about getting that crown, to gain control, to make people listen to him, that in the end, in Act 5, where all of his men decided to turn against him and fight on Hastings' side, and it left Richard powerless and weak. And I think that's what Shakespeare's message is with this play. Yeah.
I'll go with that one.
It's got all the ingredients that make a terrific storyline. I mean, greed, ambition, murder, seduction, all of these things I think make a great storyline. And I think when audience members watch Richard III, they will be amazed. And it's just a terrific play, and we want to try and find a way for the young actors to look at it more. And I really hope they like our version.
Yeah, it's two very passionate and not particularly nice people on screen. And I think that's always makes for a great story.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Richard III will be out this fall.
And we hope you enjoy it.